What's up, guys? This is another episode of the door. Today, we're gonna talk about three opponents of mine: Elaine, TraGiC, and Zoom. And these guys have been accused of so many accusations, and we are gonna talk about one of their accusations each, with their own defenses. Now keep in mind, guys, all three of these individuals are all connected, even though they're from different universes. So, here we go. So the first person up is Elaine. Now Elaine has been caught talking to a 15-year-old on Discord. And while she was talking to this 15-year-old on Discord, she sent a direct link to her nudes to this 15-year-old. And this is what she has to say about it.
Why did you send a link to a 15-year-old to your nudes?
Like, that's just fucking retarded. Like, no one in their right mind would just have a fucking do it. I didn't link a 15-year-old to my nudes, I linked him to the OP of my thread.
At first, Elaine claims she sent this 15-year-old to the OP, to the original post of her Kiwi Farms thread. But also, here on this next screenshot, she also admits that she sent that 15-year-old to the page. But she says that there's spoilers on there, and then copes by saying that it isn't wrong to discuss hacks with the 15-year-old. Then I confronted Elaine on Twitter about it, and then she turns around and claims that it's doctored. Then Elaine fired up a live stream and try to explain the situation.
We're gonna go over the reality drama because chat wants it. So, how this fucking happened is I didn't know when this guy originally joined my fucking server that this was a child. Because the hack happened at like 4 in the morning. I have insomnia and I'm on Discord all fucking night. I'm not checking Kiwi Farms, especially because it was on tour, I think, at that time, so I didn't have tour set up properly. I couldn't figure out the WebAssembly thing. I kept getting the WebAssembly error. So when he first joined my server, he was saying, I want, like if you're not scared to show your Kiwi Farms thread, share us your thread. I sent the link to the whole server, not to him specifically. Did I know his age or who the fuck that was? No. And then as soon as I found out, I banned him. But either way, it was a link to an OP, to a fucking, hi Damer. It was a link to the opening page.
And here's Elaine trying to put the blame on Warhammer for doctoring the screenshot. But as you can tell in the screenshot is from a different language. And then Elaine turns around and says that the post by the username Shitty Kitty has spoilers on it anyways. So Elaine has went back and forth changing her story.
Warhammer then took that screenshot and edited it to say that it was the page that the I don't know, whatever sexual content was on.
And while she puts the blame on Warhammer, she slanders him.
And I'm sorry, but like, one, that is not true, and that was literally made up by a pedophile, Warhammer. And the other thing is, I am not going to be blamed for sending someone a link to something that has spoilers. This is what it looks like, okay? Because I clipped this in case people want to. This is what it looks like. There is no pornography visible. it is spoiled. So, I am sorry, but like, there is no way that anyone is being this much of a fucking virtue signaler to like attribute that to like porn.
Now, as you can tell here, her responses and her self-defense is not very consistent. So Elaine, you've been caught. This next person is Zoom, the leader of the plate game, and also in cahoots with Elaine and TraGiC. Now, we are going to discuss about the ring cam hacker that everybody knows about. Zoom did a good job on convincing everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people, that it isn't him. I did go ahead and look into these links, but first, we're going to compare the ring hacker cam guy's voice to the voice I have on file of Zoom. So here you go.
Who is that?
I'm your best friend. Yeah, do you even know what you have to win that kind of case?
As 8-year-old Alyssa LeMay stood in her room, a terrifying voice spoke to her.
Mommy!
I'm Santa Claus. Don't you want to be my best friend? I'll tell you what you need to win
I'm just gonna mute.
code.
That's it.
You need to prove prima facie.
You muted him?
Which means you have
I
to
muted
prove
him.
the
Muting is
false
allowed
statement
in
is
this
true.
The horrifying sound coming from this Ring security camera installed in the child's bedroom, which she shares with her 2 sisters. For 5 minutes, the voice taunting the young girl, playing strange music, even instructing her to destroy her room.
You can mess up your room. You can break your TV. You can do whatever you want. Yeah, I'm gonna talk right over you because you're.
Like I said,
He muted.
I'll just talk over him anyway. You gotta prove damages.
The LeMay family installed the camera just days before the device was apparently hacked.
I watched the video, and I mean, like, they could watch them sleeping, they could have watched them changing. I mean, they could have seen all kinds of things.
Here is TraGiC's girlfriend Amy playing defense for Zoom.
It's the same thing with the Zoom stuff and calling him a pedo and blaming him for that, you know, the getting into the Ring cameras. I literally found the same article that she was posting, Strawberry was posting and saying, this doesn't have anything that says that they were arrested. I literally went to that same article, looked at it, and was like, no, it says it right here. It says their names and it says they're arrested and it's an 8-year-old. It's the same exact information Zoom said it was.
Right.
And she just literally refused, she just pretended it wasn't there.
Yet if he did that shit, he'd be in prison right now, more than likely.
By the way, Zoom isn't in prison or locked up, and he won't ever will be. Because Zoom moved to Japan. I wonder why. Now I found what the links they were talking about, and plus Zoom gave me these links, and I did look them up. And I will provide these links in the description below. And this is what Amy was talking about, that they caught the 2 people apparently. As you can see here, this article that Amy claims that they caught the people on says that these individuals hacked Ring cameras back in 2020. The Santa Claus Ring hack, as you can see, happened in 2019. And I did grab a screenshot of Zoom's defense in Discord. Zoom is copying what one of the news articles is saying. Clearly doesn't specify that they actually caught the Santa Claus Ring hacker cam. And this is what I'm talking about. This is a comparison side by side. Now, Zoom and his apologist should be able to easily point out the man who got caught, the court case, and the name of the man that's charged on this crime. Zoom and his apologists, I want you to answer me. What are the charges for the person that got caught for this particular Ring hack cam? How do they plead? What was the verdict? And is he serving time? Now, all of these things are a matter of public record and should be easily accessible for anybody with the internet connection. So I challenge you on that. So Zoom, you got caught. Alright, this last individual that we're gonna bring up is TraGiC. Now, Missy Ann has leaked this DM of TraGiC saying that that's hot to a 15-year-old Missy Ann in DMs. Now here's TraGic's response to it.
And try to put out of context screenshots that happened from 3.5 years ago, which he had the entire video of all the DMs himself, which went on for like 4.5 months. And it was at the beginning of the conversation. And I said something like, they isolated a part where I was like, that's hot, the 15 part. Now, during the conversation I showed in a video that I made, is she's trying to explain her age to me, and it didn't make sense, so I kept asking questions about it. So I was like, okay, and she's like going over like the age of her kids and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, so you had, because the way she was explaining it didn't make sense. It made it seem like, she had kids when she was like 12, 13 years old, so I kept asking questions. And then finally she says something else. She's telling me like what her age is, and it just, the ages didn't match up. But eventually just got to the point where she was like, yeah. Well, I was like, okay, well, you're not as old as I thought you were. You're younger with older kids. That's hot. That's what the comment was towards. It wasn't like saying it was hot because she had kids when she was a minor. But
and also, as you can see here with this next screenshot, TraGiC completely says something else. So as you can see with that screenshot, TraGiC says that he was joking about it or whatever. So, I don't think so. Anyways, TraGiC, you've been caught. Alright guys, I guess that's it for today. I'll see you later.